now James Cameron, its originator, is threatening even more. So, Tom, what am I talking about here?
He said, "I'll be back." Anyway, so yeah. Well, James was actually somewhat involved in the last Terminator film, if you'll recall. He actually came up with some of the story. In fact, he was supposedly, or I think proclaimed to be the one who said, yeah, kill John Connor off in the first few minutes. And this is how you're going to do it. So yeah, this is to me a bad bit of news because he's been teasing this now for a while, but he's got a very tight-lipped classified Terminator project that he's been in the pre-production on, or in the development of, I guess you would say. It was like either 6 months to a year back. He said, if I were to do another Terminator film and maybe try to launch that franchise again, which is in discussion, but nothing has been decided, I would make it much more about the AI side of it, and then Bad Robot's Gone Crazy. Okay, so that was his quote from a while back. But then recently he was asked about it, and he said, where's the quote here? Okay, here it is. He was asked about his own Terminator stuff, and he said, unfortunately, the filmmaking remains tight-lipped, and he isn't spilling the beans on what it is. He said, it's totally classified. I don't want to have to send out a potentially dangerous robotic agent if you were to talk about it, even retroactively. So yeah, I think he's kind of taking ownership there that he's definitely going to be working on some Terminator project here in the future.
And remember, he is right now the legal owner of the franchise. And then at the moment he got it, he instantly licensed it out to Skydance, who proceeded to who went on to make Terminator Woke Fate. But now evidently it's reverted back to him again, or maybe he's working with Skydance some more. Who knows? But either way, he appears to be doing something else in the Terminator multiverse, focused on AI, which I have to say I think is a really awful idea, and he should let it go, because just like Alien seemingly needs to be protected from Ridley Scott, Terminator maybe needs protecting from James Cameron. That certainly is the impression that I get, because the influence he had over Terminator Woke Fate certainly didn't do any favors for that movie. So I'm like, unless you are going to go back to Dark Horse Comics and do the Tempest miniseries, there's nothing to do here. Terminator has been told. It's 2 movies, and just leave it at that. Nothing else has worked. So we now have almost 3 decades, or no, 2 decades of actually, it's 20 years, more than 20 years, because Terminator 3 came out in 2003, right?
Was it 03 or 04?
Yeah, so basically, I think it was, yeah, okay, it may have been 2004.
No, all I remember was 4th of July. That's all I remember.
So basically, we now have 2 consecutive decades of non-stop Terminator failures. Every single time they have tried to brush dust off of that franchise without one single success. So why should we be excited about James Cameron trying to make another one when I've even lost count of how many movies there have been? I know there's 2 good ones, and that's all I need.
Are we on 6 now or 5?
Two very good ones.
2 very, very good ones. And then we have then there's Terminator 3, there's Salvation, there's Sega Genesis, and Woke Fate. So a total of 6. We're up to 6 movies, of which 2 are watchable. And 3
and 2 TV shows.
Yeah, the upcoming animated plus the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Yep. And ironically, Sarah Connor Chronicles was better than any of the movies post the second one.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm with you on this, Andre. Like, other than maybe the first 3 or 4, I could care less. And even then, 3 and 4, I'd have to sit there and, dissect and say what I do like and dislike about them. But yeah, I agree with you guys. Basically, it's a 2 movie franchise. And as much as I even love the second one, I kind of have to accept the third one because otherwise, the second movie leaves the movies on a paradox. I don't know if you guys have ever thought of that. Because if they stopped Judgment Day, then John Connor wouldn't exist. So he should have just.
This is the time travel.
But it's still, in reality, if you think about it, if they actually stopped Judgment Day at the end of Terminator 2 like they think they did, John Connor should just disappear like Michael J. Fox was disappearing in Back to the Future.
Well, it depends on the time travel rules in question.
Well, in technical terms, if you think about it, though, he would never have been born because his father would have never been sent back in time to protect his mother because Judgment Day never happened.
It depends on if it's one universe or a multiverse.
And that's where you get into stupid multiverse shit. But that's why I don't mind having part 3, because at least part 3 leaves the ending of, no matter what we do, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It can be delayed, but it's still going to happen, right? Like, so I like that idea of closing off the time paradox loop, basically.
I just wish that the original.
Which number was Salvation?
4.
Which is, that one's okay for like the first 2/3, and then the last third is where it goes off the rails with the AI.
Well, the problem is it's just a repeat. It's a rinse and repeat of the premise.
In a new timeline.
No.
Kind of, basically, yeah.
Yeah. It's not the war that started it all.
I get it. The branch timeline, multiverse stuff. I get it. But by Einstein's logic and all that kind of stuff of time travel, though, let's be real.
Einstein was for the multiverse.
Yeah, that was fine. But I believe more in linear time. I don't buy this multiverse bullshit. I'm sorry. That's just
so basically, you go with Back to the Future rules.
Number 3 was with the chick Terminator.
Yes.
Yeah, that one was kind of more or less a retread of 2.
Kristanna Loken Terminator.
Which was basically a remake of part 1. So you got a carbon copy of a carbon copy. But that's what I'm saying. The ending is the part of it that I like. The other thing I like about it is that the chick is able to control other machines. So that adds a level of, that Arnie can be controlled by her. Right. So that aspect I didn't mind too.
Yeah, but that made it completely false. A woman that knows how to use machinery like that. I couldn't believe it.
Well, how
the machinery part? No, but she sure does know how to use control, Paul.
And she was hot looking in the leather outfit.
I mean, come on, the boob thing was kind of ingenious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all in all, not too excited for this movie. If anything, I wish that James Cameron would do a movie on the Titan submersible. That would be a much better use of his time than another Terminator. It's my personal opinion. But we're not completely done with James Cameron.
Because funny that he would
words for cinephiles, didn't he?
Yeah, because it's funny that he would choose AI as the main focus of the bad guy in his new film, because you would think the guy who has, kind of wrote the book on not trusting AI, right, and how it could destroy the world, tends to use it now to remaster his films. And so I think this meme sums it up. James Cameron today. Is it my fault that films look like crap? No, it's the fans' fault for noticing.
This clip was taken from Midnight's Edge in the Morning, which streams live every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on the Midnight's Edge main channel. There you can send in your live questions and comments before clips and full stream replays are uploaded to Midnight's Edge live archives. We are also on Twitter, Rumble, Odyssey and Facebook, so smash that like, help share, subscribe and join us.